One day, Elisha went to Shunem, where an important woman lived, and she asked Elisha to stop and eat at her house. She was a great hostess. She invited Elisha to stop every time he was passing through for a meal. "Make yourself at home here," she said. "In fact, we're going to make up a room on top of our house. It's yours whenever you're here. Just count on always having a place to stay." Elisha wanted to repay her kindness with something. But what? She had everything, but she didn't have a child. So as Elisha was leaving, he said that this time next year, you and your husband, you're going to have a son. The woman said, "No, sir, man of God, don't lie to me." She was excited and hopeful, but she didn't want to be disappointed. Well, it happened as Elisha had said. The woman did become pregnant, and she gave birth to a son that next spring. Well, the boy grew, and one day he was out in the fields to see his father and the men cutting the grain. But the boy looked at his dad and he said, my head hurts." The father said to his servant, "Take him to see his mom." And the servant did exactly that. Well, the boy sat in his mother's lap until noon, and then he died. The mom was heartbroken. The woman went in and laid her son on the bed of Elisha, the man of God, and she said, "I need to go find Elisha." And she started out in what would be a long trip, but she found him, and she fell at his feet and said, "Sir, I never asked for a son, and I told you, please don't trick me." Well, Elisha sensed right away something terrible had happened, and he started out at once with the lady for her home. And when they arrived, Elisha went immediately to his bed, and he literally laid on the child face to face. And he lay there on top of the child until the child's body became warm. Elisha got off just for a second, and then he went back and he laid on the child until he sneezed 7 times and literally opened his eyes. Elisha called his servant and said, "Go get his mom." And mom arrived. Well, she was ecstatic. She hugged her son, and she could hardly stop hugging him long enough to thank Elisha, but she did, and she was beyond thankful.